How you doing, everyone? It's me, the TheDomotaku, here today to talk about the new continuation or first episode for season 2 of Konosuba. So, the Konosuba has returned, and my goodness, I'm enjoying this series quite again. Interestingly enough, the first episode for the new season, or for the second season, it's really awesome. For one, it's pretty funny, but it's really continuing off also from, like, it's a fresh start of the new season, but it's also continuing off from, like, whatchamacallit, the first season, right? And I'm pretty sure I haven't covered a lot of Konosuba in this on my channel. For one, I think I did a video of it once at least, but I don't really exactly remember. But yeah, I watched the first season, and like, it's really hilarious. I really like its like the other different take on how you're sent to a fantasy world nonsense, the cliches and whatnot, right? But really, I find this series really funny, and everyone of course really likes it too, for like all efforts, comedy and whatnot, and just like, you know, Megumin and explosions and whatnot, and darkness and whatnot. So yeah, it's really awesome. So yeah, first episode is like a huge, like, fresh start for Konosuba, but also like having some recaps from the first episode, because for one, it does continue right after the first episode where Kazuma gets tried and basically he's just like sent to prison, done, and then you just have him being questioned and interviewed, and like, it was just hilarious. That the interview was pretty hilarious when he's just like talking about like his like whole reasoning for being there. It's just like, I was a student in Japan, just like I was a shut-in guy, and just like it was hilarious. And then, like, you know, eventually he just sort of like stuck to like his life in prison sort of thing, right? And then you also had like Megumin and Darkness and Aqua trying to break him out, like explosions every night as a distraction, trying to break him out. It was hilarious. Like, I love that first part. But then the second part is where you have him tried for being like an agent of darkness or something, or working for the Dark Lord, or affiliations with them, right? And then you have this trial where everyone's trying to like defend Kazuma, but then you also have a little bit of awkward moments where people come in and then try to give their stories of how Kazuma is like terrible, and how he tries to use his steal ability to steal panties. And it was just like, oh man, this is not looking good for Kazuma at all. It was super, I was like, man, they're like giving him the wrong information here. As much as Kazuma really did, like, you know, to try to save the like his town and whatnot, and then like you have all these people like backing up his story or like giving testimony on Kazuma and whatnot. It's like, yeah, he tried to steal panties, tried to steal weapons, he did all this stuff, he like did so many explosions and stuff, and then yeah, it just doesn't look good. And then you see the faces like of every single like member of his group is hilarious, because they can't deny all the shit they did in the first season. So it's pretty cool. But then Darkness comes in using her royalty powers, and then basically frees Kazuma from death by hanging in this trial and whatnot, right? And then afterwards comes a whole new wave where they come in and ransack their whole house because he has to pay off a debt because of some kind of explosion that, like, he basically exploded some dude's house, and now he has a huge debt on his hands. Not to mention trying to like kill the Demon King and whatever. I'm pretty sure that's not gonna ever happen in this series, but that's just like a thing in this series. So in the end of the episode, they sort of started off fresh with their whole house being ransacked. So there's like all this personal stuff taken to compensate for destroying this dude's house with a huge explosion. And that also there's also excluded from the, I don't remember how much money it was, but in the end of the episode there's like a huge debt thing where it's like 1,200,000 money or something like that, right? And I'm just like, well, this is a good start for second season of Konosuba. And then they just play the opening. I'm just like, yep, nothing's changed. Nothing's really changed. So yeah, I really enjoy this series. I don't think I'm gonna be covering every single episode of the series, let alone just like seeing how his debt goes by. I wonder if every single episode, like, he makes money and stuff, and then like his debt actually goes down in the end of the episode, like they show how much debt he actually has, and then maybe he could actually pay it by the end of the second season. That's just a thought, but I mean, it was whatever. I thought it was pretty funny, like this whole first episode. But yes, Konosuba is back. I cannot wait to enjoy more of this series and more explosions to come and whatnot. So that's about it for this episode, guys. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video if you liked Konosuba Season 2 Episode 1, because it was quite hilarious in my opinion. And subscribe, because there are a lot more series that I have not covered yet because they're still airing, or they're airing later on this month and whatnot. So there's a lot more stuff to talk about this season, and I'm excited to talk about it. You can check out all the other things I talked about recently or previously, just recently. You can check out all the stuff I've covered and talked about, like Fuka, Masamune-kun's Revenge, Seiren, all the previous stuff in this channel already. And, you know, stay tuned for more stuff to come and more series to talk about. So, I'll see you guys on the next video on the TheDomotaku channel. So take care, guys, and matane.